Austin Mondyke. Into his outside, you'll find the 9 of Kyle Kulmus. Kulmus, the Gillette driver. Row 4, you'll find the veteran. That's Rich Bickle Jr. in the 45. Into his outside, that's the 75 of Dylan Hammond. Calls White Creek, Wisconsin home. Current Rookie of the Year, point leader in the ARCA Midwest Tour, the 8 of Billy Moan on the inside of row 4 in the 53. And that's Jake Carpenter. He'll be on the outside of row 4 and shotgun on the field, the 32 of Greeley, Colorado's Brett Yackey.
Series regular Jonathan Island a bit slow to respond after pre-gridding on the quarter mile here. Now getting the number 77 machine rolling. He'll form up in position. So we will see Island form up as the cars are weaving behind the beautiful car corner pace truck for the ARCA Midwest Tour.
As we'll get the Island Sons and Trucking 77 Ford caught up to the tail of field. Again, he's supposed to start on the inside of row number 2. This lineup right here looks like a super late model feature on a Saturday night.
Go anywhere in the Midwest, you'll find these drivers at any point in the feature, and it's amazing that they are in the last chance qualifier. All 3 of our most recent Dixieland 250 champions are in last chance qualifying races, which is pretty amazing.
Again, Casey Johnson, if you're just tuning in or just walking into the track tonight, Casey Johnson did qualify through his first last chance qualifier race, and he'll get in tonight's Dixieland 250, but we have Dennis Prunty and Nick Murgic in this one. We'll have to finish inside the top 5 in 20 laps the distance.
You know, what a great thing about it is the great support we have in Wisconsin here, the race teams. We see a lot of different team shirts being represented here, a lot of team drivers. We're letting these cars warm up now. The race has not begun yet, but getting tires to temp. Last time these cars were on track was roughly 1 hour ago in a qualifying session that concluded with Ty Majeski setting fast time.
Hoosier Racing Tires, the official tire of the ARCA Midwest Tour. And they're going to need all of the Hoosier Racing Tire tonight as we'll battle 250 laps a little bit later on. Derek Kraus, former K&N West Series Rookie of the Year, having a stellar season this year with 3 wins and top 5 in points as we stand right now.
Kraus from Stratford, Wisconsin has turned 16. I think he'll turn the big 1-7 here in September. Getting pretty old. 16-year-old Derek Kraus, again, getting the opportunity with Bill McAnally Racing last year. Now in the premier K&N Pro Series West ride on the circuit, Bill McAnally's number 16 Napa machine. And Kraus has some very fast company on the West Coast, and it's great to see him back here racing in his home state. His dad, Mark Kraus, the spotter. Mark, of course, a veteran of the ARCA Series, then the NASCAR Elite Division, which now is the ARCA Midwest Tour predecessors. Derek Kraus on the outside of row in the Soyberg Calf Farms number 9 will be next to Dennis Prunty. This initial start could be critical. Not spin the tires, not adding wear to these tires that thought to start the Dixieland 250, if indeed they finish top 5 in this one.
20 laps put on the board, and again, top 5. We'll move on to tonight's Dixieland 250 presented by Sky Car Equipment. Tom White looking down and see if he's going to throw the green, or right now he does. Prunty and Kraus will drive them down into 1 and 2 here at Wisconsin International Raceway. Kraus looks like that preferred line on the outside, going to lead him down the backstretch. Nick Murgic, former Dixieland 250 winner, up to 3rd. Right behind him, a fellow Minnesota driver, Jonathan Island. For 5th, will battle Mondyke and Kulmus. Kulmus, a weekly competitor here at Wisconsin International Raceway. Mondyke racing as many races as he can, part of the Quickie Driver Development Program.
46 races on that young man's schedule this season. He's won 4 features in 30-some races already this year.
Was part of the Quickie Driver Development Program a year ago and was running for Rookie of the Year. Just came up a little bit short in 2017. Back with the ARCA Midwest Tour in 2018 and back with the Quickie Driver Development Program. Right now, just on the outside looking in. See if he can work his way around the 9 of Kyle Kulmus. Kulmus, in this race in the past, 2008, finished 2nd in the 2008 running of the Dixieland 250.
Kulmus in the black number 9. If you get a chance to go in the pits after the races, it says, "I am Batman" above the door, and he's got a big Batman on the trunk as well. He's having a lot of fun. Kids love the T-shirts and love the style of Kyle Kulmus, and now an all-black 9, sitting in the final transfer spot at the start-finish line now.
Nick Burgick, the Rosemount, Minnesota driver, leading this last chance qualifier. The last of all the last chance qualifiers tonight. After this one, we'll go feature race in action. First with the Big 8 Series, and we'll get them lined up for 258 laps with the Dixieland 250. For second, we have Kraus and Island at the line. Island holding on to that second spot.
Island with a great run off of turn number 2. Kraus had to pinch it down in that unique corner number 1, and not enough momentum off the corner. Give the spot to Jonathan Island, number 77, into second. Again, the top 5 transfer that spot under hot contention now, as Mondyke in the number 44 races under the number 9 of Colmus for that spot.
At the line, we'll give it to the 44 of Mondyke, but Colmus going to battle back on the outside. As they'll go wheel to wheel down the backstretch on the board, we have 14 laps remain. And side by side for the last chancer for tonight's Dixieland 250. Mondyke slided up a little bit at the line. We'll give it to Mondyke. Colmus looking for the crossover.
And they touch in turn number 1. Colmus went to the corner, went for everything it was worth. He hard into the corner, a very different apex than Justin Mondyke. Mondyke had the momentum, keeps the spot. Colmus able to recapture. His momentum has been lost. Recapture the speed, but to the detriment of losing 2 spots and the transfer run in the Black 9. So Colmus nearly half spun right there 1 lap ago. Now it's to battle his way with the 45 machine of 2-time Dixieland champion Rich Bickle.
Rich Bickle Jr. see if he can chase down the 44 of Justin Mondyke. Right now the top 4 looking nice, clean, and green as we have Nick Mergic, Jonathan Island, Derek Kraus, and Dennis Prunty. Mondyke trying to run and hide in that 5th spot right now. Rich Bickle down the backstretch in 6th.
Already coming to the halfway signal in this 20-lap feature. Rich Bickle sitting in the 6th position. The gap is 10 car lengths ahead of him in the number 44. The Agra Industries machine of Mondyke is gapping now. Bickle and the 9 of Colmus. Only their top 5 will advance to the Dixieland 250 tonight.
Again, top 5 advance here, 20 laps the distance. Right now we'll see 9 laps remain. 9 laps remain for Nick Mergic in that 12 machine, Jonathan Island, Derek Kraus, Dennis Prunty, Justin Mondyke. Rich Bickle Jr., Kyle Colmus, Dylan Hammond, Billy Moan, and a couple in the tail. That's the 53 of Carpenter and the 32 of Greeley, Colorado's Brett Yackey, a pair of Quickie Driver Development Program drivers in this last chance qualifier.
Yackey's got the big Mighty Mouse on the hood. Again, that was the symbol that propelled through from dirt late model racing in Milwaukee all the way through to his Cup days. Alan Kowicki had a Mighty Mouse patch on his uniform.
Nick Mergic finishing in the top 3 earlier this year at the Joe Shear Classic. Again, former Dixieland winner here at Wisconsin International Raceway. And the Ironman, Jonathan Island, right behind him. Island, with today's race, has now 123 appearances with the ARCA Midwest Tour, and that's a record for really not that old of a veteran, but 123 races with the ARCA Midwest Tour for the former champion, the 77 of Jonathan Island.
Mergic, again, this is a sense of pride for this family team. They build racing engines. They build their own chassis. That Minnesotan out front of the car, number 12, wants to regain some of that luster, some of that momentum he had when he went across the finish line here and won the Dixieland 250 just a few seasons back. Mergic now in control of this one in car 12.
Down the back stretch, when they hit the line next time, they'll see 3 laps remain here in the last chance qualifier. The last of the last chance qualifiers. Again, Nick Mergic, Jonathan Island, Derek Kraus, Dennis Prunty, Justin Mondyke. Rich Bickle Jr., he's going to let it fly as the 45 Rich Bickle Jr. driving it hard into 1 and 2.
He's putting it to it right now. Rich Bickle Jr., champion of the Dixieland 250, 5-time winner of the Snowball Derby, sitting in 6th position, closing quickly now as we get the signal, 2 to go. Here's the battle for 5th. The final transfer spot. Bickle makes up 3 car lengths now on Mondyke as they exit turn 2.
Bickle Jr. spotter must have said it's go time, as now the white flag will fly, and Bickle will have about a lap and a quarter to get around the 44 of Mondyke. First he must get there.
Bit of a wiggle off of turn 4. Costs Bickle a couple of car lengths. Let's see if he can make it through the bumps in one. He does. Closes once again. This time tighter formation now down the backstretch. He knows he's a quarter mile away from going home potentially. We know there's provisionals on the line, but Bickle wants in on position here.
Off turn number 4 through the tri-oval, Mergic, Islands, Kraus, Brunty, and Mondyke. Top 5 will move on as Rich Bickle Jr. going to have to look at that provisionals to see if he'll make tonight's Dixieland 250. But
Richie Bickle finishing 6th. Kyle Comas 7th. They had strong runs. Bickle came on with gangbusters at the end there, using up all of his equipment to try to get that 5th position. Get the top 5 transfer into the Dixieland 250. And is this a good time, Marty, to talk about how others that we just saw race may be getting back in position to get in?